Good morning, grade 11. In this session, let's discuss on the points one should bear in mind while writing a formal letter. Writing letters is an art and it can be mastered only through practice. Let's see from the exam point of view. The question on letter writing carries 6 marks and the question can be based on verbal or visual input. Letter types include business or official letters, that is, for making inquiries, registering complaints, asking for or giving information, placing orders, and sending replies. It can be letters to the editor, that is, giving your suggestions or opinion on issues of public interest. And the third type, it can be an application for a job. As you know, it is a compulsory question with internal choice, and the word limit prescribed is 100 to 150 words. Breakup of 6 marks is as follows. Format carries 1 mark, which includes sender's address, date, receiver's address, subject, salutation, and the complimentary clause. And content carries 3 marks, that is the body of the letter, 2 marks for the expression, that is 1 mark goes for grammatical accuracy, appropriate words and spelling, and the remaining 1 mark goes to the coherence and relevance of ideas and style. So put together 6 marks. When you talk about expression, it is your ability to present your ideas in a coherent and organized manner. Accuracy involves grammatical correctness as well as structuring of sentences. Your effort should not be to use complex and long sentences, but to present your content in simple, straightforward language. It is very, very important to follow the correct format. Now let's see how to write a job application. Job application and biodata is crucial not only from the point of view of the examination, but also in the long run. A job application consists of 2 parts, the cover letter and the biodata. Now let's see how a cover letter should be. The format for the covering letter is similar to the format of any other formal letter. It begins with sender's address, date, receiver's address, salutation, subject, body of the letter, complimentary clause, signature, name, and enclosure if there is any. Now, what we have to bear in mind in general is there is no punctuation in the first 3 segments of the letter, that is, in the sender's address, date, and receiver's address. Then, the position of subject and salutation can be interchanged. Then, another point what we have to bear in mind is that the entire letter should be aligned to the left and uniform spacing must be done. The sender's address is followed by the date just below it. This is the date on which the letter is being written. It is to be written in expanded form. For example, it can be written as 10 July 2011 or July 10, 2011. The former is a British style while the latter is the American style. Either of the styles can be used. No other style is permitted. The date is followed by the receiver's address. In this, the first line should be the official title, name, or position of the receiver. Generally, we use the word Messrs. This word should be used only before the names of 2 or more men as part of the name of a business. Example, Messrs. Glenn and Sham. The word Messrs. should not be used before the names of firms trading under an impersonal name. Example, the Karnataka Small Scale Industries. It shouldn't be used before the names of firms beginning with a singular proper noun, such as Gupta Sales Corporation. It shouldn't be used before the names of limited companies such as Hindustan National Glass Limited, etc. Receiver's address is followed by the salutation. This is where you greet the person you are addressing the letter to. Bear in mind that this is a formal letter, so the greeting must be respectful and not too personal. The general greetings used in formal letters are sir or madam. You should use appropriate words for the receiver according to his or her relation. The salutation comes just below the address of the recipient. A comma must be put after the salutation. Dear Sir or Sirs is used while addressing a firm. Dear Sir, Dear Madam is used while addressing some single official. This is followed by the subject. In this, sum up the purpose of writing the letter in one line. This helps in speedy compliance or disposal. This helps the receiver focus on the subject of the letter in one glance. It's important to underline the subject. Body of the letter. This is the main content of the letter. It is either divided into 3 or more paragraphs. The tone of the content should be formal, and you're not allowed to use any flowery language. Another point to keep in mind is that the letter should be concise and to the point, and always be respectful and considerate in your language. In para 1, begin the body of the letter by mentioning the source of information about the job. Example, newspaper. Mention the day and date of the advertisement. Also mention the post you wish to apply for. In para 2, you're supposed to offer your candidature by briefing your qualifications, achievements, strengths, etc. Keep in mind, it should be to the point and clear and not sound boastful. Para 3, you're supposed to make a reference to the enclosures, like your biodata or other detailed documents. You can also appeal for a one-on-one interview. End the body of the letter on a promising note. Leave adequate number of lines between paragraphs to make it look clean. At the end of your letter, write a complimentary closing. It is simply a polite way of leave taking. It should agree in style and tone with the salutation. If you have used Sir, Madam in your salutation, the close is yours faithfully. However, if the person addressed is known to the writer and is addressed as Dear Sir or Madam, yours sincerely must be the close. Do not write yours truly, as it is no longer accepted. Yours doesn't have an apostrophe. And remember, thanking you is grammatically wrong and should not be used. Following the complimentary clause is a signature. Here, finally, you sign your name and then write your name in block letters beneath the signature. Bear in mind to mention the name given in the question. Do not mention your personal details. Some optional parts. First is a reference number. It appears between the writer's address and date. Here, you may give file number or letter number or dates or particulars of previous correspondence, if any. It doesn't apply to all the letters. Second is the enclosures. A mention of the enclosed papers and documents, if attached separately, is made on the left-hand side below the signature. Copies. In case if it is necessary to send a copy of the letter to a third person, this is indicated by C.C, followed by the names and addresses to which the copy is sent. It appears below the enclosures. In this case, that is, in the job application letter, after signing, you are supposed to mention the heading enclosure ENCL dot, which will include the name of the documents and testimonials attached along with the cover letter. In this case, it should be the photograph and biodata, copies of certificates, any other. Biodata. It refers to a person's life, experience, and achievements. It should be representative of all your personal and professional details in a specified format. It can be a part of your letter or as an enclosure. The biodata is generally divided into 4 or 5 parts. The first part is the personal details. In the personal details, you provide the particulars such as your name, father's name, date of birth, address, your age, contact number, email ID, nationality, languages known, hobbies, etc. Following the personal details, you will furnish your qualifications. Your academic and technical qualifications must be detailed. There is a tabular column which tells you what all you should furnish, but then it necessarily needn't be in a tabular form. The next part, you provide your experience. Work experience should be written from latest to the oldest along with the duration. Then your achievements. To understand your specialities and strengths, all your achievements should be mentioned in this column, which will be followed by the references. Provide minimum 2 references for verification and conclude the biodata with a general declaration that all the details furnished by you are true. At the end, write the date, place, and finally sign. Here are some points to remember. No marks will be awarded if only the format is written. Body of the letter is more important. Creativity in presentation of ideas attracts marks. Use of either traditional or new format is permitted, but mixing of formats is not permitted. Therefore, let's all agree to stick on to the new format only. There is no indentation in this new format, and to present it neat, one line may be left to indicate the beginning of a new part and paragraph. Here is one sample job application letter and biodata for better understanding. Thank you.